So look, where we are really at in the market, it's pretty simple. I mean, this is where we are with Geelong. It's definitely past the 6 o'clock mark. I'd say it's even past Melbourne. This was my property clock episode for October. So that included all of the September quarter. I do that once a quarter for everyone if you want to know. So anyway, this is really where it was at. So, I mean, Geelong was past the 6 o'clock mark. Obviously, I'd say leading the charge over all other areas. Melbourne was leading the charge before Geelong, but Geelong had significantly higher growth for certain reasons. So that's really where Geelong is in the market. I mean, I will say to people, expect this 6 to 12 o'clock phase to last quite a while, because I'm fully expecting Geelong to do very well over the next 1 to 2 years. Then it'll probably go through a cycle slowdown when we have the liquidity crisis I've been talking about to a lot of people. For people that don't know what I'm talking about, watch a few of my episodes about market crashes and where I think, for example, the 18.6-year property clock cycle is. You understand exactly what I'm saying, where I think the market will be at. But over the next 10 years, I mean, Geelong is going to grow significantly. I'm expecting it to do very, very well over this period. But you can't get much of a better time to buy now. It was probably better the last 6 to 12 months, but it's still a very, very good time to buy in Geelong because you're genuinely on the upside of the growth cycle. So, I mean, that's kind of where Geelong's at the moment, should I say. So, that's basically where the market's at. So really a big question that people would ask is, what's driving the market? Now, first things first, again, affordability is driving the market massively. So, I mean, Geelong itself, is genuinely the last very good area to buy that is genuinely affordable for a normal resident person. So, even if you had a single family household, 2 kids, and you had, let's say, a professional worker or someone who run their own trade business and they did 150K or so, they could actually easily still afford in Geelong within the actual city region of Geelong. And if you had a dual income couple, so both people working, or let's say one of mum or dad working full-time, the other part-time, you could still easily afford Geelong. So that's one thing. The 5% deposit scheme, the cap here is 950K, the same as Melbourne. Practically every suburb of Geelong is below that, apart from a small part of Geelong West, Newtown and parts of Drumcondra and Rippleside, and obviously the part of the Golden Triangle in East Geelong. So that's, I'd say, the other part of it. So affordability is a great thing. Not only that too, I would even say, and this sounds ridiculous, but Geelong as a city, I would still consider it underpriced even at $1 million. Now, why do I say that? And I'm talking about the city region of Geelong. So I'm not talking about, Mount Dunedin and all the outer suburbs. I'm talking about the genuine city ring of Geelong within 5 or so Ks of the CBD. Now, if you look at Newcastle, New South Wales, which is the most, I'd say, comparable market to Geelong, Newcastle, the inner ring of Newcastle, particularly Ward 1 and Ward 2 of Newcastle, is like $1.3 to $1.5 million. Now, if you look at Geelong, it is very similar to Newcastle. It's a city by the waterfront. It's regional, but a genuine city. It is a metro city where the closer to the waterfront you get, the more city-like it gets. Newcastle is exactly the same. It's just Geelong is a cycle behind Newcastle. However, the median of Geelong is only about 700K at the moment. It's in the 700s. Now, as I said, $1 million median for Geelong is still cheap in my opinion, because Melbourne's much more expensive than that for the same type of dwelling in the inner markets. And also, even the good parts of the Surf Coast, which are actually even further out than Geelong, are more expensive than that too. You got like Barwon Heads, it's like 1.7, 1.8 million bucks. You got, Torquay, Jan Juc that are like 1.3 million bucks. Geelong is extremely cheap for where it is. Another thing, large-scale employment growth, pardon me. Recently, Geelong had a thing that come out saying 30,000 jobs in manufacturing expected in Geelong. That's a good thing. Geelong's only got 324,000 people, so that's nearly 10% growth. You've got large government offices going down here. WorkSafe is in Geelong now. You got transport in Geelong as well. About, I think, 67 beds or something around that mark being upgraded in a hospital. Now, for a city of only 324,000 people, that's a lot. It doesn't sound like a lot, but for a city of that size, that is a lot, because that's going to be there forever and continuing to grow. And you've got all these legal, finance and little firms also popping up. A lot of professional workers who are happy to jump on the train at Geelong and go straight into Southern Cross or Flinders Street, and that's about an hour, almost a flat hour, sometimes even less. So that's another thing. That goes on with accessibility. I mean, Geelong's a city where if you buy in the right suburb, you can be within, like 5 to 10 minutes drive of schools, good lifestyle areas, which I mean the waterfront, jobs, and all back home. There's not many places where you'll get that anymore. I mean, even Newcastle, you can't find much that has that unless you have $1 million budget or so. Geelong, you can still do that with like a 650, 700K budget. So, I mean, it's the last location probably in the country where you can do that. People argue with me Hobart, but Hobart, I mean, is in a more heavily in its stabilization phase, so it'll probably be a few years before it starts to like tick back up. But Geelong's got all of that. So that's another thing, accessibility. Lifestyle. I mean, lifestyle is a great thing here. I've spoken to multiple people that live in Melbourne and they have lived in Geelong at some point in their life, and they say, yeah, you just can't beat it. 5-10 minutes, drop the kids to school, work around the corner from home. Even the ones who are professional workers, they'll say, I did a hybrid, 2, 3 and 2 or 2 and 3 shift work, or some of them even 5 days. And I still don't care because if I just jump on the train, it takes me the same amount of time as it does to out of Melbourne anyway. And you get cheaper prices in Geelong too, funny enough. And also they'll say, well, I can just pop down half an hour drive to Ocean Grove, 40 minutes to Bells Beach, Jan Jark, great area. If I want to go and, just go out to the, should I say bush or the regional areas, quaint towns, Colac, out that kind of way. No, Colac's not really quaint town, but there's plenty out towards there. I mean, there's plenty of nice little towns towards like Queenscliff, Point Lonsdale, and all those sorts of areas as well. All those areas, I mean, incredible areas to live, incredible areas to buy. And not many people know about it, but I mean, if you've lived in Geelong or you know Geelong or even been there, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. For those people who have a bit of a stigma or preconceived idea about Geelong, I'd suggest just catch a flight down there and just drive around there and enjoy all of what it has. Like, enjoy just the pier and everything like that too. It's just a lovely area. So lifestyle is definitely a big thing of Geelong. Raw under supply, massive thing now in Geelong. There's just nothing on market. I mean, if you take it back even probably 4 months ago, I'd say to probably July and just before July, there's probably triple the amount of stock on market. Now, what has happened is the days on market have subsided massively. They've gone from about somewhere between 45 and 60 right down to about 30 or less. I mean, in the suburbs I'm looking at, there are about 20 the days on market. They're generally selling within 1 to 2 weeks of coming on the market, all the properties. So that's another thing we've got coming on at the moment. And what's happened now because of that, there's just nothing on market. All the good suburbs, all the good stuff is being snapped up immediately. I mean, I had 2 clients of mine buying Geelong West in the right pocket, the very best pocket in my opinion of that. In the mid to late 700s, I think one was 760, one was 770, 500 from memory. A house that was worse down the road just sold for 840. And they only settled on that a couple of months ago, mind you. So, I mean, this is what can happen when the market moves up. This is what goes on. It's not really a thing that's ideal for people, should I say, when you're late into a market when it becomes undersupplied. But this is set to continue because people are realizing it now, what I've been speaking about for the last 2 years or so, about what I've been saying. And I mean, this is what goes on. This is going to continue though, so it's still a good time to buy, but it's just something to be aware of. So raw undersupply is another massive thing that's going on. And all of these reasons are things that are majorly driving the Geelong property market at the moment.